Good morning. Good morning. This is Charles Coachman, and we were walking our way through the Bible, reading our way through Proverbs, digging in deep into the book of Acts, and as always, putting on the whole armor of God. Hope everyone had a wonderful Sunday. Wonderful being yesterday's word of the day. Let's take a quick look here and see what we have. Well, let's do this correctly. I do believe we have some shout outs. Happy birthday shout outs to Tony Fescia. And Tony is the husband of a friend who just had her birthday the other day, Anna. And so, Tony, happy birthday to you. Wishing you all the best and looking forward to meeting you as we make a trip to Idaho, hopefully later on this summer, late June, early July sometime. So Tony, look forward to meeting you, and happy birthday, Tammy Storm, who is a friend of mine from the Grow Live Academy and from the Jeffrey Gittimer group. And Tammy, wishing you a very, very happy birthday. And then Mark Peak is in real estate. He is one of the owners of a franchise. I should clarify, I believe he is the owner of a franchise out in the Sacramento area and a realtor out that way. So Mark, happy birthday to you. Wishing you all of the best. And if it's your birthday out there, happy birthday to you. Have an awesome day, and God bless. Happy birthday, especially Tony, Tammy, and Mark. All right, just want to bring up our friends here and remember them and pray for them. Weldon, Curtis, Rex, Danny, Red, Shelly, Nancy, Rosalie, Jenny, and Mayan. Thinking of each one of you and praying for you and for your health. God bless. All right. Taking a look at what we have today, and it is Proverbs chapter 3. Proverbs chapter 3, 1 through 25, Acts 25, 1 through 27, and Ephesians 6, 10 through 18. As always, putting on the whole armor of God. Let's take a quick look and check and see who we got here. Good morning, Charles and everyone. Scott Ricard, good morning to you. I'm glad to see you here, Scott. So glad to see you here. Kevin, blessings, Coachman, and to all my brothers and sisters near and far. And Kevin, I want to say thank you. Received a couple of little items the other day, and didn't mention them because they were sitting in a place where I would never look. And found them last night. They were on my wife's vanity. So, thank you. These are very cool, and these were made by Kevin's wife. It is a wristband that says, "I am your guide today." Jesus. Guide today and every day. So thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. That is awesome. And there is one on my wrist. So thank you so much. So much. I appreciate it. And Diane Hayhurst, good morning, Charles and everyone. Diane, I am so glad that you're here. I got to tell you, I'm really appreciative and so glad to see you here. And then Kevin, new day, new week, new hope, new promise. What more can you ask for? What more can you ask for? Good morning, friends. Have a wonderful day. Yeah, I can hear that coming out right now. So, Kathy, hope that you are have a wonderful day. Enjoying that cup of coffee. And then Kellen Ann, good morning to you. Kellen Ann, I am very glad to see you here. Very glad to see you. All right. Thankful for everyone being here. And Frank Nell, good evening to you. Good evening. All right. Let's go ahead and get started with a little bit from Proverbs chapter 3. My son, do not forget my teaching, but let your heart keep my commandments. For the length of days and years of life and peace they will add to you. Do not let kindness and truth leave you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet. Write them on the tablet of your heart, so you will find favor and good repute in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil. It will be healing to your body and refreshment to your bones. Honor the Lord from your wealth and from the first of all your produce, so your barns will be filled with plenty and your vats will overflow with new wine. My son, do not reject the discipline of the Lord or loathe his reproof. For whom the Lord loves, he reproves, even as a father corrects the son in whom he delights. How blessed is the man who finds wisdom and the man who gains understanding. For her profit is better than the profit of silver, and her gain better than fine gold. She is more precious than jewels, and nothing you desire compares with her. Long life is in her right hand, in her left hand are riches and honor. Her ways are pleasant, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to those who take hold of her, and happy are all who hold her fast. The Lord by wisdom founded the earth, by understanding he established the heavens. By his knowledge the deeps were broken up, and the skies drip with dew. My son, let them not vanish from your sight. Keep sound wisdom and discretion, so that they will be life to your soul and an adornment to your neck. Then you will walk your way securely, and your foot will not stumble. When you lie down, you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet. Do not be afraid of sudden fear, nor of the onslaught of wicked ones when it comes. I want to say that one more time. Do not be afraid of sudden fear, nor of the onslaught of the wicked when it comes. For the Lord will be your confidence and will keep your foot from being caught. Do not withhold good from those to whom it is due when it is in your power to do it. Do not say to your neighbor, go and come back, and tomorrow I will give it to you when you have it with you. Do not devise harm against your neighbor while he lives securely beside you. Do not contend with a man without cause if he has done you no harm. Do not envy a man of violence, and do not choose any of his ways, for the devious are an abomination to the Lord, but he is intimate with the upright. The curse of the Lord is on the house of the wicked, but he blesses the dwelling of the righteous. Though he scoffs at scoffers, yet he gives grace to the afflicted. The wise will inherit honor, but fools display dishonor. The book of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. The rewards of wisdom. And this is one of the most powerful chapters. And it's telling us exactly how to lay things out. My son, do not forget my teaching, but let your heart keep my commandments. For the length of days and the years of life and peace they will add to you. It's telling us exactly what we need to do. It's given us instruction when we believe that there is no instruction out there. Most of our lives, we just don't understand that it's all setting, that is all right before us in this wonderful book. Do not let kindness and truth leave you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart, so you will find favor and good repute in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. There's no better lesson to make sure that we understand that we are teaching our children to turn towards God, that we are teaching those around us to turn towards God, that we are leaving a legacy for our children and our children's children. All right, let's take a quick look. No, I was up and ready. By the way, I can't remember. Did I say thank you for the... Kathy, you were quite welcome. You are quite welcome. To everyone that's gotten those, you are all welcome. And I'm grateful that have them to give. And good morning to all that are here. You're more than welcome. If anyone wants a wristband, please contact me in Messenger. Blessings. And they are very cool. And they are very cool. And a reminder for all of us to know who is in charge every day. Who is leading us there every day. Keith Landris, good morning to you. So glad that you're here, Keith. And Lona, you are quite welcome. And I am glad to see you here this morning. Very glad. All right. Let's scoot on back to Paul before Festus. Let me grab a quick sip. A double dip. Paul before Festus. Let's make sure that we got everything right. 25, Paul, Acts 25. Festus, then having arrived in the province 3 days later, went up to Jerusalem from Caesarea. And the chief priests and the leading men of the Jews brought charges against Paul, and they were urging him, requesting a concession against Paul, that he might have been brought to Jerusalem at the same time, setting an ambush to kill him on the way. Festus then answered that Paul was being kept in custody at Caesarea, and that he himself was about to leave shortly. Therefore, he said, let the influential men among you go there with me, and if there is anything wrong about the man, let them prosecute him. And after he had spent not more than 8 or 10 days among them, he went down to Caesarea, and on the next day he took his seat on the tribunal and ordered Paul to be brought. After Paul arrived, the Jews who had come down from Jerusalem stood around him, bringing many and serious charges against him, which they could not prove. While Paul said in his own defense, I have committed no offense either against the law of the Jews or against the temple or against Caesar. But Festus, wishing to do the Jews a favor, answered Paul and said, are you willing to go up to Jerusalem and stand trial before me on those charges? But Paul said, I am standing before Caesar's tribunal, where I ought to be tried. I have done no wrong to the Jews, as you also very well know. If then I am a wrongdoer and have committed anything worthy of death, I do not refuse to die. But if none of these things is true, of which these men accuse me, no one can hand me over to them. I appeal to Caesar. Then when Festus had conferred with his council, he answered, you have appealed to Caesar you shall go. Now when several days had elapsed, King Agrippa and Bernice arrived from Caesarea and paid their respects to Festus. While they were spending many days there, Festus laid Paul's case before the king, saying, there is a man who was left as a prisoner by Felix, and when I was at Jerusalem, the chief priests and the elders of the Jews brought charges against him, asking for a sentence of condemnation against him. I answered them that if it is not the customs of the Roman to hand over any man before the accused meets his accusers face to face, has an opportunity to make his defense against the charges. So after they had assembled here, I did not delay, but on the next day took my seat on the tribunal, ordered the man be brought before me. When the accusers stood up, they began bringing charges against him, not of such crimes as I was expecting, but they simply had some points of disagreement with him about their own religion and about a dead man, Jesus, who Paul asserted to be alive. Being at loss how to investigate such matters, I asked whether he was willing to go to Jerusalem and stand trial on these matters. But when Paul appealed to be held in custody for the emperor's decision, I ordered him to be kept in custody until I send him to Caesar. Then Agrippa said to Festus, I also would like to hear the man myself. Tomorrow, he said, you shall hear him. So on the next day, when Agrippa came together with Bernice amid great pomp and entered the auditorium accompanied by the commanders of the prominent men of the city, at the command of Festus, Paul was brought in. Festus said, King Agrippa, and all you gentlemen here present with us, you see this man about whom all the people of the Jews appealed to me, both at Jerusalem and here, loudly declaring he ought not to live any longer. But I found that he had committed nothing worthy of death. And since he himself appealed to the emperor, I decided to send him. Yet I have nothing definite about to write to my Lord. Therefore, I brought him before you all, and especially before you, King Agrippa, so that after the investigation has taken place, I may have something to write. For it seems absurd to me in sending a prisoner not to indicate all the charges against him. So here we are. We are in the continuing saga of Paul being tried. Paul refuses to go to Jerusalem. And as a Roman citizen, it is his right to appeal when there is a possible death sentence. He has a right to appeal to Caesar or to the leaders of the Roman people. And he does it. And Festus, who is now the head of this area, is not sure exactly what to do, but he knows as a Roman citizen, he has a right to appeal. And so he agrees to that appeal. And he is King Agrippa and his sister, who are playing a very important part in this and listening to Paul. But here we have the leaders of not only the Jewish church, but of Israel that are saying, we want this man to be brought back to Jerusalem so we can put him to death for what he has done. And although Festus unknowingly saves Paul from going back, because there's going to be a plot to kill him again. And we are finding this time after time after time that there is nothing more that they want than to put him to death. And why? But Jesus already had laid a plan out there. God had laid a plan for Paul to survive. And Paul would be going to Rome. Let's take a quick look and turn back and go into Ephesians In Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. Finally, be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his might. Put on the full armor of God so that you will be able to stand firm against the schemes of the devil. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the powers, against the world forces of this darkness, against the spiritual forces of wickedness in the heavenly places. Therefore, take up the full armor of God so that you will be able to resist in the evil day, having done everything to stand firm. Stand firm, therefore, having girded your loins with truth, and having put on the breastplate of righteousness, and having shod your feet with the preparation of the gospel of peace, in addition to all, taking up the shield of faith, with which you will be able to extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. With all prayer and petition, pray at all times in the Spirit. With this in view, be on alert with all perseverance and petition for all the saints. And then I'll throw on this last verse, as Lona reminded me. And pray on my behalf, Paul speaking, and pray on my behalf that utterance may be given to me in the opening of my mouth, to make known with boldness the mystery of the gospel, for which I am an ambassador in chains, that in proclaiming I may speak boldly as I ought to speak. Everyone have a wonderful, I'm going to try and avoid wonderful today, as I saw that I said that about 100 times yesterday, and I cracked myself up. I wish everyone a great day. Enjoy it. Go out and make the best of it. If you have an opportunity to give somebody a hand, do that. If a kind word or a good word or a phone call to somebody that's been on your heart, make that call. If you have an opportunity to help a homeless person, and we have plenty of friends around here that are going out and doing things each and every day. And let's go out and make a good thing. Let's go out and do what Jesus would have us do. Take a quick look here. Have a wonderful day. Scott, thank you. Everyone, have an awesome day. God bless. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow as we continue our walk through the Bible. Reading the Proverbs, digging in deep into the book of Acts, and as always, putting on the full armor of God. God bless. See you all tomorrow. Have a great day.